Respected Principal, Professor Dr. B.V. Ramakrishna, the convener of the National Level Technical Symposium, Reconnaissance 2013, and also Dean Academics and Head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Professor D. Ilanjaya Pandian, Chief Administrative Officer, my dear faculty colleagues of Computer Science and Engineering and other departments, various heads of the departments of GTEC, my dear delegates, participants from various institutes and industries, students and friends, and other dignitaries of the dais. Very good morning to you. At the outset, I would like to thank the management and also the principal for giving me this wonderful opportunity to participate in this inaugural function. It is indeed my immense pleasure to be here with you all on this auspicious occasion. I would like to extend my thanks to Professors Sudhakar and Saravanan and other faculty members of CSE who took care of all the arrangements for my travel, and also I got the best hospitality here which I ever received from anywhere else from our principal, Dr. B.V. Ramakrishna. Thank you, sir, and thanks to the head of the department, Professor Ilanjaya Pandian. Thank you very much. I am here to share some of my thoughts on the teaching, learning, and also to give you some hints about the transition what you are going to have from student to the employee of some industry. These are the thoughts that I have to share with you. To start with, let me talk about the teaching. You know that in the olden days, we had the Gurukula system where the Guru is explaining each and every concept with a lot of illustrations and examples, and all the disciples will be learning and they will be assessed periodically. The same system in the different format is followed now by having a curriculum for the program, and for each course we have the fixed syllabus and the standard textbooks and references where we need to go through all the concepts explained by the faculty and attend all the examinations, get through the assessment process and get the degree. This is what we are calling as the traditional teaching learning process called as the class-based learning. The other learning that has evolved recently in US called as the project-based learning and research-based learning, where you are not confined with the particular syllabi or curriculum for your teaching learning during your course of study. You need to refer the additional textbooks, and also you have to apply the concepts to develop some kind of products or applications in the form of the projects, which is called as the project-based learning. And you have seen just now the evolution of computers. When principal explained about the evolution, the original olden days computers were nearly equal to size of a big room. Now we have a computer with something like wristwatch, 1.5 inch by 1.5 inch, right? So that is the kind of evolution we are having in science and technology, especially in the information and communication technologies. So we need to keep the things updated always, right? In the project-based learning, we are expected to apply the concepts and come out with some applications and products. In research-based learning, so don't think that research is not applicable for the undergraduate students. It is definitely applicable for everyone because younger minds are capable of generating a lot of innovative ideas. If we can think about of a particular topic for a while, you will get new different thoughts about the product, about the algorithms, about something else, right? So research is something that is special for everybody, that starts at the age of maybe undergraduate level. So you need to think about in the different direction, and also you have to apply the research-based learning, where you have to do some amount of research and come out with innovations. I will talk about this research separately after some time. The outcome of the project-based learning and research-based learning would be the development of the new products or applications, or it may be patents if the work is quite outstanding, which may end up with publication in the International Journal of Repute, right? So these two learnings were quite successful, and it is dominating in the other parts of the world. In India, we are testing this one, and we found this to be very, very good. You might have heard about the other type of learning called as the T-shaped learning. If you look at the structure of the T, on the top it has the horizontal line which indicates the breadth of knowledge one should possess in the areas of the domain. Suppose if I am a computer science person, it doesn't mean that I should be a specialist only in certain areas of computer science. As pointed out by principal, you should have the knowledge of electronics, mechanical, and other domains of engineering too. That indicates the horizontal line of T. So you should have the breadth of knowledge in different disciplines of engineering and also science. The vertical line of the T indicates the depth of the knowledge you should possess in one or two domains of the areas of your expertise, right? If you are a T-shaped learner, you will be recognized by everyone in the place where you are working, and also at the national level and the international level. So everyone should try to gain as much knowledge as possible in the different areas of engineering, science and technology, and also you should gain expertise in one or two specializations to establish your identity, which is very important for every one of us in the academics. Next, to augment our learning process, we have a lot of information available in the world of information and communication technologies, what we are calling as the online learning or e-learning and so on. If you go to online learning, definitely you are not going to go through the syllabus what has been prescribed by the university, right? That you are learning already in the classroom. You need to get the additional knowledge in the areas where you are studying. If you go to MIT OpenCourseWare, you can find lot of lecture materials, audio lectures, video lectures developed by the distinguished professors, scientists and engineers of MIT. We may not be having the opportunities to learn from those experts, but we can listen to their audio lectures or video lectures. And also we can interact with them through the contact details given there. So MIT OpenCourseWare is the popular online resource available for everybody in all the areas of engineering and also science and arts management and so on. The other area which is emerging up now called as MOOC. MOOC stands for Massive Open Online Course, where you can find lot of materials for most of the areas of computer science and some of the areas of engineering. You will be having the opportunities to review the lectures or materials available in the MOOC website, and also you can participate in the assessment process, and you will be getting the certifications from other universities too, once you are able to successfully complete that one. So MOOC is another area focusing on the engineering disciplines. Another recently introduced area by Microsoft Research India is MEC, MEC, Massively Empowered Classroom, which is a kind of virtual classroom where you can attend the classes in the virtual mode, in the interactive mode, and also you can interact with the faculty member by fixing some kind of appointments. Other one which is quite popular and known to everybody, that is NPTEL lectures delivered by our IIT professors. So these are all the different ways where you can augment your studies without confining with the given prescribed syllabus and curriculum. You should be different, you should be unique from others, right? Then only you can get the recognitions and awards. So you have to gain as much knowledge as possible in the available short period of 4 years in case of UG or 2 years in case of PG. Afterwards you are going to be graduated and getting into some kind of employment where you will not be having enough time to update your knowledge in different areas. You need to focus on such particular domains and work like a machine, right? And the other one I want to share about your preparedness for the industry. Unfortunately, the curriculum and syllabi what we have for our engineering programs also is focusing more on theory, less on practicals. As pointed out by the principal, you should be able to open the computer and feel what are the components available, how are they integrated, what are the functionalities, how it is contributing towards the computations and so on. This technical symposium is towards the experts in computing. You know the developments in computing. We started with distributed computing, parallel computing, cluster computing, grid computing. Now it is a cluster computing, cloud computing. The entire government is moving towards the cloud computing, right? So the development is very fast and you should be in a position to update your knowledge. Otherwise you will be out of the boat. You cannot compete with your friends or colleagues. The next one, since I said that the syllabus and curriculum is not focusing more on practicals, whereas the expectations from the industries are more towards practicals, how are you going to enhance your practical skills? As far as computer science is concerned, you may be having 95% of marks or 98% of marks, doesn't matter. If you don't know how to apply the concept, how to develop a simple application, how to test a given product, you cannot survive in any software industry, right? So you should be able to spend most of your time in the laboratories to enhance your practical skills. Don't worry that I don't know about the new programming languages. I don't know about the new software technologies. Don't worry about that. If your fundamental is very strong, you have the mentors. The faculty members are your mentors. They have a lot of projects. They have a lot of research work going on. You should be able to participate or collaborate with them. You can join hands with your faculty members, help your faculty member, which will help you to gain the practical skill what you are having at present, right? So you have to spend all the time in the laboratories. If you are spending 3 hours time in the classroom, 2 or 3 times of the 3 hours should be spent in the laboratories. That is mandatory for everybody because you are going to work in the software industries, most of you, right? And also, the other aspect you need to remember regarding the practical skills, That is the mandatory requirement by the industry also. Industry is spending lot of money, resources and time on training the employees on the practical skills. Nowadays, they are not ready to spend that much resources for training the employee. If some students are available readily with enough practical skills, that is industry ready student, they are giving the topmost priority to recruit that kind of students. Isn't it? Why should they hire somebody who is not directly employable? So you should find the different ways and means of getting the job readiness. For that you need to attend lot of hands-on sessions, workshops, and I was told that already you are having different certifications in this college like CCNA, CCNP and Oracle certified and so on. And also Microsoft has come out with a lot of certifications like MTA and other certifications. Not only in Microsoft, we have different certifications, Java and so on, right? So you should be able to attend all these certifications and get as many certifications as possible to prove that you are capable of doing many wonders in the industries. He or she selects, most of the students will end up the job only in the CS-based industries. You should be different from others. As principal pointed out, a mechanical student can study MTech computer science, but a BTech computer science student cannot go to mechanical in India. It is not possible. It is possible in US. In US, we don't have such restrictions. Arts student can go to medical and this student can go to engineering and so on. This flexibility is available in US, but they have to qualify. They need to go through a lot of bridge courses and they have to complete all those certifications which they require. Get the credits. Since we are living in India, we should be able to differentiate from other branch students that we are capable of doing lot of wonders and we can do the excellent job and we are most suitable for the software industries. Of course, the interdisciplinary knowledge is very much important because you are not going to do only with IT or CS knowledge. It is not possible. You should have the knowledge of other disciplines also like mechanical, civil and so on, because IT is pervasive. There is no area either in science or engineering or technology without IT. And also you should have the breadth of knowledge in those domains. So don't think that I am very good in programming as pointed out by the principal. I am a good programmer. I can survive. It is not possible. If you read the software engineering textbook, coding is just 15%. Remaining 85% is depending on the design, development, testing and so on, right? So don't think that if you are a good programmer, you can do a lot of wonders. That is not the case. And also, you may be using a lot of software at present in the laboratories which are licensed one. I am not against any licensed software. You can use. You can be a good student in the Microsoft products or good student in IBM products or Cisco products. There is no doubt in it. But you cannot continue your entire career path in the same Microsoft industry or IBM industry. That is not possible, right? Don't narrow down your future. Why I am saying that? The developments are not that much fast and at some point of time you may be feeling very much bored to do the routine jobs. So you should be able to find out the different career paths, different domains during your employment period. For that purpose, you should have the strong fundamental knowledge on the basics of the computer science, and also you should be able to understand the logics or templates or other methodologies used in the computer science. For that purpose, you have to depend mostly on the open source software and open source standards. You can use the licensed software, no problem at all. But also you should be able to use open source standards which will enhance your skills, practical skills especially, and improve your logical reasoning. That is very important. If you go to IIT, IISc, there you cannot find out many licensed software. The entire research and academic teaching is happening only with the help of the open source software. So my advice or humble request would be, spend 80% of your time on open source software and 20% on the licensed one, which is very important for every one of us. And the other point which I thought of telling you is about the research. Having said that, research is the basic quality of undergraduate students. You should be knowing or you should be taught how to do the research. To learn about the research, it is not enough that you are learning only from your faculty members. You should also go and attend many workshops, seminars, conferences, and guest lectures organized at the national level and international level on the recent trends, which will help you to identify the gap. What is the gap at present existing in the current research? Is it enough or something is left out? How to fill the gap? Or what is the limitation of the existing work? Can we add some more features? Can we extend? Or can we enhance the performance? Or what is the limitation? Or what is the deficiency? How are we going to strengthen? So we need to analyze in different directions. We have to ask so many questions. Then only we will be able to find out what is the research, what is the problem. For example, you take a particular area called as the cryptography, especially the LP cryptography. There is one website called as certicom.com where you can find out the open problems of LP cryptography. They are given the problem statement itself. And people are not able to solve these problems for such a long time because of various reasons. And they also announced these things as challenges, and to people who can solve these problems, what would be the award or recognition or prizes? Maybe $2,000 or many $1,000. Like that, you can find out a lot of open challenges available in the websites areas. And you need to think in the different directions if you want to solve those problems, right? So research is an important area for all the students as well as faculty members to establish their identity, to get the recognitions at the national as well as international levels. Aim at the highest award. You know what is the Nobel Prize equivalent for computer science? We don't have Nobel Prize for computer science, right? The equivalent prize is Turing Award, Alan Turing Award, instituted by ACM. Aim for the highest prize. Doesn't matter whether you are getting the highest prize or not. While trying to achieve that goal, as told by principal, that you should have the vision, mission, objective, aim, goal, and so on, right? So have those things. While trying to achieve those things, you will get the recognitions at the national level and international level as the byproducts. One day you will get that goal, that aim will be fulfilled. One day you will achieve. As the byproduct, you will be getting a lot of recognitions and engagements. So you should have the clear direction for your path, maybe career path or academic path, or so it is. So once you set the directions, don't deviate from the route. You should progress irrespective of the obstacles you are going to face across. You will surely get the success in your path. Having said about the T-shaped learning and getting the expertise, you can see most of the Nobel Prize winners are from outside the country. Why? Because the vertical line of the T is so depth for them. They are experts in one or two areas where they are working continuously for so many numbers of years with the team. The teamwork is very important, especially for the students who are going to work in the industries, because you are not going to develop a product as an individual. If you cannot collaborate with your team members, you are not going to survive anymore in any industry. If you want to be a team leader, you should understand the principles of the team. Am I right? So you should have depth of knowledge in one or two areas, and also you should have the way to work with teammates. This is what we are calling as the ability to work in a team, and also the leadership qualities, especially for the software engineers. So these things are coming under the soft skill. Soft skills are not taught, unfortunately, in any of the Indian university system, and we are thinking that that is something like an inborn quality, or people have to develop on their own. The ability to communicate something, or ability to write something, communication skills or oral skills, or ability to work along with the team members, or to lead the team, or interact with the people, clients or subordinates, boss and so on. We need to get a special training for improving our soft skills. We should not think anymore that it is our inborn quality. It is there, but we need to improve. And also, odd skills. Odd skills are those skills related to your technical knowledge. You should be very strong. Soft skills will alone not enough for your successful professional life. Even if you get into HR or management, you should have some amount of odd skills. Without that, it is not possible for anybody to continue in the career path. There is one story, most of you may be knowing about this one, that is looking for opportunities. People are saying most of the time that I did not get the opportunity, so I don't get the job, I am not working. The story is something like two people went to a city to sell the shoes. One person found that, both of them in fact found that nobody is wearing the shoes in that city. One person immediately said to his boss, "Boss, nobody in the city wearing the shoes, therefore I don't have any job here to sell the shoes. So I am going to turn back to the country." He says that there is no opportunities, therefore what I have to do? I have to go back. The other person says that, "Boss, I have the best opportunity here. Nobody is wearing the shoe. This is the best time for me to convince the people about the importance of wearing the shoe. Therefore, I have a lot of opportunities. Can you please send additional bags of shoes so that I can sell everything here?" So we should not wait for the opportunities to come. We should be able to create our own opportunities. Right? Instead of waiting for the jobs to come, we should be able to create our own jobs. Also try to be an entrepreneur. That is also very important, because for our Indian system, since the population is more, we should be able to generate lot many jobs without compromising the standard quality. At the same time, that should be useful for our country as well as society. And one more story that you may be knowing again, the support you are going to get from the faculty members. It is about the support. Don't expect spoon-feeding kind of teaching. If you look at the butterfly, when it is inside the nest at the infant stage, where the wings are about to grow, right? It is trying to come out of the nest. it is trying its level best, trying and trying, it could not come out. So one small boy is trying to give the freedom to that infant butterfly, baby butterfly, by cutting the nest, and he is releasing out of the nest. Unfortunately, the butterfly is not able to fly as it doesn't get enough strength in its wings, right? It is just moving. At one stage it is dying also. Whereas in other case, where the infant butterfly is kept in the nest and it is getting enough energy, strength in its wings, at one stage it is struggling a lot and it is able to come out on its own by cutting the nest, and it is going to be a successful butterfly, right? So if you are expecting too much of support, spoon feeding in your teaching learning, you are not going to strengthen yourself. Try to get the minimum fundamental knowledge from the faculty members and try to learn on your own. That is very important. So you should be able to complement lot of information and additional skills with the help of the faculty members and also with the help of the resources available outside. You have the best mentors, the faculty members with you, who can always guide you, and also you have the best all-rounder, your principal, who is an expert in mechanical and also data mining and other areas, who is able to trigger you in different disciplines. And I was astonished by seeing the lecture what he has delivered. It's really interesting. Try to spend most of your time on learning the theoretical concepts, at the same time trying to apply these concepts in the form of the application development or product development or in the form of the research, and try to attend as many conferences as possible, conducted either inside the college or in and around, to gain the knowledge and expertise. So when you complete your 4 years of study, you should be able to have the minimum first class marks and also some kind of publications. As pointed out by the principal, a good publication takes 1.5 years. You don't have to wait for 1.5 years. You can go for some kind of publication which is of international repute. There are some journals of good standard which can publish the moderate work. And also you can think about applying for patents. So these good academic performance, good practical skills, publications and certifications will be able to differentiate yourself from other students, which will help you to get the job anywhere, not only in the software industries. I am sure that all the discussions and deliberations of this technical symposium will be having very great impact on the research and development culture of every participating institute as well as industries. I should thank the management and the principal and the head of the department for giving this kind of opportunities for the students of GTEC as well as other participants to interact with the peers, to gain the knowledge on the latest trends of computer science. I wish the organizing committee and convener all the best and grand success of this event. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirable and valuable ideas.
Myself and my friend are going to present a paper on ethical hacking. Now let's see what is hacking. Hacking is the unauthorized use of computer and other network resources. The term hacker originally means a gifted programmer. In recent years, though we tend to access multiple systems, it also has some negative implication. The negative implication of hacking is that it allows other people to access your private data. Now let's see what is ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is the process of testing the resources for the betterment of technology and also for a good cause. Ethical hacking is also known as penetration testing or intrusion testing, which focuses mainly on the security of the system. Now let's see This is a question that arises in everyone's mind today because is hacking a crime? If I ask you all, you will surely tell yes, it is a crime. But hacking, in every sense, it is hacking, but it also uses for the formulating of a defensive mechanism which is used in hospitals. It is used in the defense system of the entire nation for the army and navy and all. Next, hacker is a word that has two meanings. Initially, hacker is someone who likes to play with software and other network devices. Now, it has taken a new meaning that a person who maliciously break through into your computer and steal your personal data. In this process is what is called as cracking, and cracking is a crime. Next, hacking versus cracking. Hacking with malicious intention, that is in order to destroy data, that is what is called as cracking. Cracking will produce devastating results, and hacking does not produce devastating results. Who are ethical hackers? Ethical hackers are computer enthusiasts who know a lot about computer, and they work mainly in order for the security of the system. They possess variety of skills in order to know the ins and outs of your computer. How a black hat hacker can attack your computer and the various ways to get out of it. Next we have how can a certified ethical hacker help you? Certified ethical hacker will actually formulate the defensive mechanism for your computer. They will tell what are the ways or what are the weakness of the defense mechanism of your system. And they'll give you some of the suggestions how to improve the defense mechanism and give you some of the protective measures. The different types of hackers. Hackers are classified into two categories on the basis of knowledge and on the basis of legality. On the basis of knowledge, we have coders, admins, and script kiddies or cyberpunks. We have coders. Coders, they have complete knowledge and they know for the code they write exactly what will be the result of that code, and they are not so harmful. These are known as white hat hackers. Admins. These are coders. Next, admins. Next one. They know exactly what they are doing, but they doesn't know for the code they write what exactly will be the output. They are not so harmful. Next we have cyberpunks or script kiddies. They are like young and inexperienced hackers within the age of 12 to 20. They just steal the code from experienced hackers and try to execute it, but they doesn't know what will be the result, and they are more dangerous persons. Coders and virus writers. They have a strong programming knowledge. They write codes, but they doesn't implement it by themselves. They'll give it to others to release their codes in the zoos or internet. The next half will be continued by my friend.
On the basis of legality, hackers are classified as white hats, grey hats, and black hats. White hats. These are generally good hackers, and these have genuine license to hack. These have also registered many police records, and these evolve themselves in good works. Generally, these could be coders. Next is black hats. Black hats are very dangerous persons, and these always have high motive to earn huge profits. These are highly paid persons, and these evolve themselves mostly in criminal activities. This could be coders, admins, as well as script kiddies. Next is grey hats. Grey hats are also known as red hats. These have little high pay than white hats, and these could be admins. These have performs both fair as well as unfair tasks. Next is hacking prone areas. Here is a case study for hacking prone areas. And first is Europe, which uses about 23% of hacking technique. Next is New Zealand and Asia, which uses about 6%. And the Middle East, which uses about 4%. And South America and Australia uses only about 2%. Next is the different types of attacks. There are two types of attacks. There are SQL injection attacks and cross-site scripting attacks. SQL injection is a security vulnerability that occurs in the database layer of an application. Its source is from the malicious hacking code, and next is cross-site scripting attack. Malicious code can secretly gather sensitive data and from user while using authentic website. The websites such as login, password, and mail, etc. Next is security and countermeasures to prevent from hacking. First, we'll have to use antivirus to prevent from hacking. Next is proper logout after use of mail ID. Next is manual opening of browser, and we should never open spam in any case. Next is password protector admin account. Next, we'll have to understand the basic benefits, goals, and disadvantages of hacking. Ethical hackers are network and computer experts who actually attack a security system to help the computer system owners. Ethical hacking is also referred to as intrusion testing, penetration testing, and red teaming. Next is goals of ethical hacking. First, we are allowed to identify any and all networks that will test. This also details the testing interval and testing process. These create their plan and they share it with the stakeholders, and this also gets the plan approved. Next is uses of ethical hacking. Ethical hacking has a variety of uses on primary and secondary levels. First, this assures quality by using information technology security analysis. This also has a compliance documentation with respect to legal regulation standards and parameters. This provides for indirect and direct cost savings as time goes on. Next is it supports arguments for IT, information technology and projects in future. This also knows how to transfer data, and this builds awareness at all levels. Next is benefits of ethical hacking. Most of the benefits of ethical hacking are obvious, but many are overlooked. First benefit include it is a fight against terrorism and national security breaches. This also has a computer system that prevents from malicious hacking activities. Drawbacks of ethical hacking. The ethical hackers, on using the knowledge they gain to do malicious hacking activities. Then this also allows companies' financial and banking details to be known. There is a possibility that the ethical hacker will send or place a malicious viruses on the computer data and and other harmful activities will be detected. Then massive security breach. One of the earliest example of ethical hackers is listed, and the United States government utilized this technique to ensure that whether the system is protected and to secure. Then this uses a group of experts. They are known as red teams. Next is some of the antivirus softwares are listed here. These antivirus softwares are very powerful and they are used to prevent from hacking. First is Kaspersky, Symantec, EZ-Not32, McAfee, Norton, and AVG, Avira, and Escan are used for preventing from hacking. Thank you.
Various attacks that occurs to the security of the system. For example, it is
What are vulnerables? What
attack of viruses.
It is embedded in SQL statements by using database layer application.
Then you have said that there are certification programs for this hacking. Can you say some companies which are providing certification?
IBM. They are all using this technique to prevent from
They hire a full-time white hat hacker for their company while doing outsourcing and all. Full security must be provided. So for that purpose, they hire a full-time hacker.
Very pleasant morning to everyone. Before I could start, I thank the coordinators for selecting our paper, and we feel very happy to present it here. Our topic is about speech recognizing using NLP. NLP is nothing but natural language processing. These are the contents. This paper mainly aims at presenting natural language processing, the subfield of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is nothing but the computer does what a human can do. It briefly describes about the implementation of standard task of natural language processing. It is used in voice-to-voice translator during conversations. Though many researches were going on, generally starts in 1950. Alan Turing published his famous article, Computer Machinery and Intelligence, which we now called Turing testing for criterion of intelligence. And later in 1960, ELIZA introduced a famous NLP system. One of the common talk among the people about future is how the world is shrinking. In those days, distance is a great barrier. After the invention of aeroplane, that barrier was reduced. And next, communication. Nowadays, we use SMS, emails, and etc. to communicate. But in those days, we send letters and wait for a month to get the reply. After the invention of telephone, that barrier was reduced. This combination of travel and communication has linked the world together, and now the last one is language. And this voice-to-voice translator reduces that barrier. Now, this is the basic diagram. Here you can see two people involving speaking different languages. First, the voice in Hindi is sent to voice translator. It is converted into English. Then the same process is repeated. Again, the voice in English is converted into Hindi. This is the detailed structure. Here, we involve two languages, Hindi and English. First, voice in Hindi is sent to the speech recognizer. It recognizes the voice and converts it into text. This text is sent to machine translation engine. Here, this translation engine converts those Hindi text into the English text. Next, speech synthesizer. Speech synthesizer converts that English text into English voice, and it is received by the person on the other side. Then the same process is repeated. Again, the English voice is sent to the speech recognizer, and it converted into text, and text into Hindi text, and then into voice, and it is received to the Hindi speaker. Now the rest will be explained by my colleague.
Let us see what are the process involved in the voice to voice translator. There are four processes are involved. First one is speech recognizer, second one is machine translation, third one is speech synthesizer, fourth one is knowledge base. Speech recognizer means it is also called as automatic voice recognizer. It converts spoken words into text. How it will become complex means there are multiple voices are involved means it will become complex. Speech recognizer, which is a broader solution that recognize speech without being targeted at a single speaker. Finally, it converts the text voice into the text format. Next one is machine translation. In the machine translation is also known as machine aided and human translation and interactive translation. In the machine translation, it converts words in one natural language into other natural language. In machine translation, it could not produce a good translation in text because of recognition of whole phrases and counterparts in target languages needed. In machine translation, there are two states are involved. One is decoding, second one is re-encoding. Decoding means it decodes the meaning of the source text. Re-encoding means it re-encoding the target language. And then there are some approaches are involved. They are rule-based machine translation and dictionary-based machine translation, statistical-based machine translation. At the end of this process, it converts voice into the meaningful text. Third one is speech synthesizer. Speech synthesis means artificial production of the human voice. Any computer used for this purpose means it is called speech synthesizer. In the speech synthesizer can be implemented in both software and hardware. And in the speech synthesizer, a text-to-speech plays important role. And by using this text-to-speech, it converts voice into the text into the voice. And then knowledge base. In the knowledge base, it is a special kind of database for knowledge. And in this knowledge base, it is a collection of data. And this data gives their experiences and related information about their problem and solution. There are two types of knowledge base. They are human readable knowledge base and machine readable knowledge base. In these two human and machine readable knowledge base are used here, and then this used to store the collection of interlingual facts about Hindi and English, and then illustration. We have a example convert Hindi into the English. In Hindi text, that is kaisa ho tum. It is from voice from speaker one, and then it converts to the Hindi text by using speech recognizer. That is Hindi kaisa ho tum. Third one is English text. This Hindi text is converted into English text by using machine translation. It is decoded form of the Hindi voice, and then this English text decoded voice is re-encoded by using machine translation, and it is converted into meaningful English text. Finally, that re-encoded text format is converted into the English voice. That is how it is a digital form of human voice. And then advantages. It reduces language barrier between communication among different linguistic people, and then those systems an automated approach towards direct voice to voice translation is possible. Disadvantages are amount of complexity is increases. How it increases means there are a number of languages increases means there will be a complexity also increases. Finally, we conclude the topic by saying the system is highly efficient by providing automated approach towards in translation of voice of different languages, and the system provide a boon for various organizations by reducing the language barrier. Thank you.
For storing the words in the knowledge base, what type of database technology they are using? To store the voice and the text, what type of database they are using?
They store language database, ma'am. Different languages are stored in that knowledge base.
You can't get my question. What type of database? Relational, hierarchical, or object-oriented, or some other distributed? Which type of database they are using in the knowledge base?
Relational database.
Say an example.
Not sure about it.
Not sure about it. Then you said encoding and decoding are done in synthesizing and recognizing. No. So what type of encoding and decoding techniques are using? Then when capturing the voice, if there may be noise in the air or some other interruption may occur while speaking, how this synthesizer eliminates that noise and send the signal. If a noise are present in the voice means the knowledge base cannot get the correct word for that particular.
This is one of the disadvantages of the system.
So there is
no, ma'am.
So in speech recognition, what you said is first of all you want to decode the source test. So usually you want to encode. No, why you are specifying that we are want to decode and after that you are going to re-encoding? I can't able to get it. Please explain. Usually if you are going to send a message means we want to encode. But what you are saying is you are going to decode. What it means? I don't know.
After decoding only you can re-encode it.
How you are going to decode? What you are going to decode?
The language which is in Hindi will decode it into English text.
So in knowledge base you are going to you are given an illustration. No, case for case means it is how. Like that you want to match it, or you want to recognize the full form and you want to decode it. I'm not sure.
Speech synthesizer recognizes that kaise hutum and convert it. First it convert it into text. That machine translation is then it convert into English text. In the detailed structure you can see that, sir. After that it re-encodes that language. Thank you.
Myself Ramya from Cassette. My partner is Shankari who is going to lead with me for this session. My topic is cloud computing. First of all, these topics under the cloud computing. Then what is cloud? Cloud is simply a metaphor for the internet. Then cloud computing. Cloud computing is a new type of technology in which dynamically scalable and virtualized resources are provided as a service to the internet. This cloud symbol denotes the demarcation point between the responsibility of the provider and the user. Importance. Next we see important. The cost is reduced so that capital expenditure is converted into operational expenditure, and then devices and location independence enable users can access the application using a web browser. You see, John M.C. Carthy invents the revolutionized cloud computing. There are three types of deployment models: private cloud and public cloud and hybrid cloud. First of all, private cloud is used by all the users like individuals, other type of organization, corporates, etc. It is also called as external clouds. Then private cloud exists only in the boundary of an organization, not in all public. Then hybrid cloud is a combination of multiple public and private clouds. It is used to determine how to distribute the application across the public and private. Then architecture. Here it includes application cloud, service cloud and infrastructure cloud. Generally architecture is based on creation of large data-centric applications using abstraction between platform and OS. There are three types of cloud service models: software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Generally, software as a service allows the user to access the application remotely. And platform as a service is like infrastructure as a service, but infrastructure as a service is used to reuse the bandwidth for storage and internet access. Platform as a service is similar to infrastructure as a service, but it includes OS and required application for required applications. Advantages and disadvantages is the cloud computing technology is very easy because the software is not installed in the each computer, each pieces, and it can be accessed from different places, and it also provides flexible and automated management to distribute the computer resources to all the cloud users. Disadvantages is lock-in is one of the disadvantages. It leads to control. It leads to lack of control. Then the growth shows the improvement within a meantime and with more implementation. Next question, can you go in?
The wide spectrum of usage in the cloud computing we are using for that Skype, YouTube, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook, Yahoo, and so on. And in future scope, in nowadays the business opportunities depending on the IT infrastructure, it will be depending upon the dramatically changes in India. So for that the educational purpose, for provide the new technologies and affordable price and then new innovative business forms, it is in starting does not invest the IT infrastructure. You can run a business with the cloud with an office at home and long time business units. In this the British shop will be available for CRM. So we have to increase our cloud to send our greetings to their customers. We have to improve our business. And multimedia content providers, the multimedia content distributors can different consumers to with the lower price than web services. Amazon Web Services is the set of services which include the storage and operations and comfortable price. And then Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud will be offers the own applications to be implemented. And then Amazon Simple Storage is included for the objects, and then objects are 1 bytes to 5 gigabytes. And example for Amazon EC2 is CPU utilization and discrete write operations. And Microsoft Windows Azure. So Microsoft Windows Azure is released in Feb 1, 2010. It is supported for the ordinary languages C++, Java, C++, Visual Basic and C#. And then it is supported for the platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. When the designer is to create the web application using the ASP.NET and Windows database interfaces, and in the Microsoft Windows there is a implication for IT strategy and organization. Cloud will part of the expanding the portfolio of options, and if the organization is visionary, it starts getting the experience, and then its IT skills portfolio is increase the supply enrichment and web services development, and decreases the boiler room. When to use the cloud services now? It is in Amazon EC2 is using for the S3. We have to using that, and Azure will be the key player in Google, and SaaS will be setting up the new business. Next one. Why cloud computing is very important? For in this 5 types are important: easy to deploy and pay for use, and low monthly payments, less in use IT stocks, and offers the latest functionality. Next one. And what's not new for the cloud computing? In cloud security is traditional method for the traditional. It is enables the information security, network security, and computer security. It fails in 2 categories. Fails in 2 categories: security issues based on the cloud providers, and security issues based on the consumers. And it enables the data loss and downtime, phishing, and what is new for cloud computing? It black hat computing for the botnets, and then it is if any problem for marketing, it will be in the inequality of the services to be exchanged in minimal amount of the goods. And conclusion, it's in future the cloud computing is merged, and then the different types of computing is long time, and then the future applications will be distributed on a hybrid cloud, core application distributed on private cloud, and some other application distributed on public cloud. Do you have queries?
You said the cloud is scalable. What is mean by scalability, and how do you say the clouds are scalable?
So distribute all the computer resources to all the cloud users.
Distribution is not scalable. I am asking scalability. What is mean by scalability? We don't know. So what is the difference between grid and cloud? Grid.
Cloud computing would be technology. Grid computing.
Say, what is the main difference between grid computing and cloud computing?
Cloud computing, online shopping, ma'am.
Grid computing is connected to LAN, like.
Don't know. And then you said they can be implemented in the colleges, schools, and in education institution. How this cloud computing is useful in the colleges or in education institutions? In which way it can be used for the students?
Creating the websites.
Creating websites. Then you said it is easy to deploy. In the last slide you said it is easy to deploy. How do you say it is easy to deploy?
Not need to be installed in each computer. It's operated in different